Aren't you guys loving the wild swings in the crypto market, the whiplash that we're getting time and time again? Obviously, I'm being facetious. Nobody is enjoying these wild swings right now, unless you're trading, then great, right? And unfortunately, we did not get what I talked about needing this morning. I said that we would need either a meet or a beat on the CPI report. And unfortunately, it was a big swing and a miss coming in hot. And of course, this has led to a lot of volatility in the market. I do want to talk about briefly what is going on with that report, why it did in fact come back slightly hotter than expectations. I do want to point to something that has actually been happening 5 straight times now that has led to pumps in the crypto market. And we need to talk about something that has in fact been on the rise in terms of ADA, because this is necessary for price movements to the upside. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So right now, just for a little context, it's about 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. The report has been out for about an hour. And what we're dealing with is just some wild rides up and down, 1 to 2 to 3% moves across the crypto market. And what we're doing is digesting this report right now. People are trying to assess how bad things are. Are we going to see further downside? We're waiting for retail to make a decision here too. Retail obviously is part of the reason why we went on this drop. We saw the game playing, like I talked about earlier today, right at the time the report hit. I saw drops start taking place. We started to move back up, and then people actually read the data. It's like, oh crap, it was a miss. And then people sold. We actually saw ADA drop down to about 74.5 cents. We've subsequently bounced back up to the 70 cent range or 77 cent range. And we're trying to figure out, where we're going to plant our foot in the ground for the day. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know where things are headed yet. These days can be pretty unpredictable. Sometimes it takes several hours before a confirmed move one way or the other. All right. Now, what I will say is that this report came in sticky in a couple areas. We were supposed to come in at 2.9%, or that was the expectations. We came in at 3%. So just slightly higher, up 5% or 0.5% in the month of January. And really, energy has been sticky the last couple months. We saw used vehicle prices on the rise, which isn't surprising. The winter months, you find out when vehicles are basically pieces of crap. You have more accidents, you have more deer hits, stuff like that. I'm in that industry, so trust me, I see this all the time. What we did see also was transportation services on the rise, food slightly on the rise, but really, yeah, energy. Energy was just a big killer. Fuel oil, which had been dropping off significantly over the last 12 months, down 5.3%, rose 6.2% in the month of January alone. So what we basically did was we barely came in above expectations. So market's digesting that data. We'll have to wait and watch and see how that all plays out. Now, that being said, all right, we're obviously waiting for a move across the market. BTC is kind of dragging everything around. But what's interesting here is Sheldon the Sniper actually made this very interesting post. And what he said was CPI marked the last 5 bottoms for BTC and possibly even more from further back. So this CPI report could actually be a very good inflection point in the market. And why I'm mentioning that is, yes, these last 3 CPI reports, not including today, were in fact good, and that caused the market to go on some run. But there were actually reports back here where we missed expectations, and despite that, we still managed to rally following that. This was kind of that moment in the market that everybody had been patiently waiting for. There's so much capital right now that is in fact parked in the market that's just sitting there watching and waiting for that moment to re-enter that hasn't yet. And this may be the thing that people are like, okay, now I can start to accumulate. We're still in these discounts, retail's calmed down, and we might see an extended rally. The last several times, guys, we saw BTC run to a new all-time high of 109K. The time before that, BTC ran to a new all-time high of 108K. Time before that, we saw BTC breach 100K for the first time. Time before that, we broke past the prior all-time high of, 73K. I mean, you guys get the point, right? Each one of these has led to an upward movement in price. Could that be the case again? And the answer is yes. Again, there's a lot of capital still sitting on the sideline. The big thing I'm watching here is USDT dominance, which has been on the rise. We're back up to our 200-day moving average. Unfortunately, we didn't get this throwdown to our trend like we were hoping to. And BTC is the big reason why. BTC just dropping over the last few days has really caused a lot of people to just kind of freak out and flock to stables, right? Now, that being said, what we have been seeing rise in terms of ADA and Cardano is actually search traffic. Now, search traffic doesn't always create a direct correlation in price, but the big thing that you need in order to make moves to the upside is you need optics. People need to be paying attention to what you're doing. That's how you bring people either from within the space, so people in other projects or the capital that's parked on the sideline to your project, or new people entering the space, okay? And what we've seen increasing for ADA is this global search optics. And the reason why, obviously, big news surrounding the ADA spot ETF filing by Grayscale. That's a big deal. Charles Hoskinson alluding to, obviously, the meeting coming on March 1st, potential partnership with Microsoft, NDAs. All these things are starting to really build up in a big way. And in fact, when we look at Cardano search traffic over the last 90 days, which for whatever reason it's bugging out and I can't show you guys, we are slowly but surely settling into higher highs. So the optics surrounding Cardano are bigger than they were in the summer. They're bigger than they were in the bear market. We're talked about in much bigger discussions now. And this is exactly what we need to see ADA start making some of these moves to the upside. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. And again, I'm not saying that this is instantly going to impact price. I'm not saying this is going to surge us to $3 tomorrow. All right. Do not get that impression. ADA is still a blue chip asset. It is a double digit billion-dollar asset, right? 27 billion, 26 or $28 billion about right now. And what that means is it takes a little more pressure to move ADA to the upside. Now, again, things are in fact still working in our favor. In fact, what we're continuing to see is this removal of supply from exchanges, even despite having 3 straight days of inflows to exchanges, people taking profit, obviously on the Grayscale news. Go figure. Not surprising. Like I said and tweeted out, people will be taking profit, speculators stepping in and accumulating, right? What we have now reverted back to is net outflows or negative net flows. There you go. I'm losing my train of thought, but you guys get the point, right? So yes, today, big focus, CPI report. We'll see how things go. But what we're seeing from an overall standpoint is ADA gain traction, Cardano gain traction. This is exactly what can lead us to these next extensions. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now, again, I haven't closed any of my longs or anything like that. Now my ADA long is actually only up about 56%. I was very tempted. I almost did it. I was so close to opening up a short position at this CPI report and it would have worked out. But, ADA has a lot of strength behind it right now. And again, if you guys want to check out BTCC, there's a link in the description below. There's a link for Margex as well. Feel free to check that out. You can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. You can earn a 10% deposit on your first time deposit above $500. So feel free to check that out if you would like. But we're seeing ADA kind of do its own thing here. It really is starting to separate from the market a little bit. And I think that this is now bringing ADA and Cardano into a lot bigger light than what people realized it would be at this point in the cycle. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.